I'm Vera, and today we're diving into the world of Algo Trend Strategies with a fascinating interview. Our guests are the brilliant minds behind Quant Hill, key partners of EarnPark, who are here to shed light on the Algo Trend strategies that are shaping the future. So joining me today is Igor, founder and CEO of Quant Hill, and Nikita, head of sales. It's a pleasure to have you guys here. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you. Hello, Vera.
Yeah,
Nice to
hi.
meet you.
So let's jump right into the questions.
Yeah.
First question I have for you today. So could you guys please provide an overview of Algo Trend strategies and how they differ from traditional investment approaches?
Okay. First off, we need to clarify that we mean by traditional approaches. If we're talking about how the majority invests in the market, that's hardly a strategy. It's more like a casino or guessing game without any systems. Let's just set the approaches aside. If, however, we're talking about more or less professional approaches, then we usually deal with qualitative analysis of an assets. We try to assess a company or project from a fundamental perspective, how strong the CEO and team are, whether the finance in a company, perspective of this company, etc. And then using technical analysis, we try to find a better point for our deal, better point for entering in this deal. However, this approach often leads to a situation where, despite being fundamentally correct, the quotas do not increase. That's why we don't use this approach and move to qualitative analysis. And broadly speaking, we only interest in two parameters. It's liquidity and volatility. And when they present, it doesn't matter what the instrument is, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, oil, gold, or doesn't matter which assets we will trade if we have a volatility and liquidity of this market.
Okay, thank you very much. So my next question would be again about Algo Trend strategies. Could you please tell me, how do Algo Trend strategies leverage technology, specifically algorithms and machine learning, to make investments decisions?
Yeah, sure. First of all, thank you for the question. First, we got to dive a little bit into what the qualitative analysis we use and what the methods we use. First of all, we collect all the available trading history for the instrument and test our trading idea. And if it works, then we optimize it using block forward analysis and Monte Carlo methods. And only strategies that prove themselves at every stage we put into real action. But it doesn't stop there. Every day we get new market data and need to be sure we are using the best settings for the current market conditions. And of course, all this wouldn't be possible without technology. And that's why we are working using our own software.
Okay, thank you very much. So moving on. What are the key components or elements that make up a successful Algo Trend strategy?
Well, a strategy, it's always a set of specific rules. And by following these rules, you can make money in the market or gain losses. As for our strategies, they build on the golden rule of the successful investing. Cut your losses and let your profits run. We focus on strong directional movements, trends, during which we see the biggest price changes in the market. This approach ensures the long-term stability of results and allows us to significantly outperform the market. That's our main rule and key components in our trading systems.
Okay. So could you please share some real-world examples of how Algo Trend strategies have outperformed traditional investment methods in recent market conditions?
Yeah, sure. I think the easiest example is from 2021, 2022, when Bitcoin lost more than 70% of its value, but our strategy still managed to make around 15%. And actually, making money is not the only way how we measure a strategy, if it's good or not. There are a lot of other things to check, like the maximum drawdown, Sharpe ratio, stop-in ratio, beta, for example, and etc.
Okay, thank you for that. And what types of data and indicators are considered when developing an algo trend strategy?
In our view, the concept of indicator in modern trading is pretty much romanticized. Essentially, any indicators is just a snapshot in time of an asset's price. A price of derivative values over various period. So we can say for sure that in our approach, we use nothing but the price value of the assets we're interested in. Digging deeper, we treat asset price as a random time series. If the hypothesis we put forward shows positive results on this random data set, then it's highly likely it will continue to do so in the future. And this approach guarantees the long-term sustainability of our and your investments.
Okay, thank you. And how do algo trend strategies adapt to different market conditions?
Even so, we regularly train our strategy and based on new market data. We often notice that parameter sets that showed the most stable results historically remain the most suitable for each specific market segment. As for periods of high or low volatility, such periods are not new but familiar with the strategies. As we select training intervals, that includes such market segments during testing and optimization, and train the strategy with them in mind. Notably, our strategies have a near zero beta, that meaning that our income is not correlated with wide markets.
Okay, thank you very much. So let's talk about risks. So could you tell me what role does risk management play in the applications of the algo trend strategies and how are risks mitigated?
Well, yes, sure. I think risk management is the most crucial part of our approach at all. Firstly, we never rely on a strategy with just one parameter. It's always a portfolio of strategies. And then, for sure, diversification is the key. And whenever we enter any trade, we always set a stop loss. And also the amount we invest in each trade depends on current market. If it's volatile, well, we invest less. If it's more calm, we invest more. And that helps us control risk and always stay within certain limits.
Could you explain to me the significance of backtesting and historical data analysis in the development of the algo trend strategies?
Yeah, sure. Both things are crucial and I think can be overstated. Essentially, these forms are maybe foundation of our approach because we aim to be 100% confident that the strategies we implement would historically have yielded the positive result that we seek. And this is not possible without testing it on historical data. The price reflects all the news and events, meaning when we optimize the strategy based on historical data, the historical quotes already incorporate various unexpected news, events, company bankruptcies, change in Federal Reserve rates, the starts and ends of wars, and etc. So the process begins with loading historical data into a storage system. Then using a specific part of our software known as tester, we program the trading logic to be tested and check the results that a particular set of parameters would have produced across the entire available history. If in at least 80% of cases the result is positive, we proceed to optimization using forward analysis methods. In simple terms, the strategy must historically be profitable regardless of the parameters it's set to. This is merely an enhancement of performance, nothing more. The fundamental requirements is a historical working hypothesis.
Thank you very much. So, how accessible are Algo Trend strategies for individual investors, and what are the benefits for retail investors?
Well, firstly, it's important to understand that every strategy has its own limited capacity. That's why most algorithmic teams don't provide access to their strategies to retail investors. And one of the main advantages of our strategies is their high capacity. We can manage assets worth billions without any change in our approach. And so that's why, and big thanks to platforms like EarnPark, professional algo strategies are now available for retail investors.
Okay, thank you very much. So, are there specific cryptocurrencies or assets that are better suited for Algo Trend strategies, and if so, why?
The main criterion of the strategy is the liquidity of the assets. We need to be sure that at any given time we can enter or exit the assets with any amount of funds without significantly affecting the price. That's why we initially don't consider any low liquidity assets for our operations. Besides, it's important for us that the assets show strength, the very volatility that our strategies capitalized on. Currently, we mainly work with 4 cryptocurrencies: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, and Binance Coin. At the end of the last year, we added a set of liquidity altcoins to the strategy, but together they don't exceed 15% of the portfolio volume. And 85% of our portfolio for 4 coins: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, and Binance Coin.
Okay, thank you very much. Could you please tell me what are the key factors investors should consider when selecting or implementing Algo Trend strategies in their portfolios?
Yeah, sure. Today we talked a lot about the benefits of our approach, like that our strategies are systematic, that are tested historically, and that they outperform the market, and they generate a passive income for investors. However, despite all this, I think the main important part is to understand that it's not a magic pill. If you are looking, for example, for a monthly stable income, this might be not the right fit because our strategies should be used as a tool for long-term capital growth. Also, our strategies have an investment horizon, and you should be looking for a minimum of 1 year, I can say, to see the desired results.
Okay, thank you very much. Could you guys please share some insights into the future developments and advancements in the Algo Trend strategies, and particularly in the context of cryptocurrency investments?
Over more than 10 years, we've tested any different strategies, and based on that experience, we can confidently say none of strategies provides such stable results as trend following strategy. So globally, we don't plan to change our investment approach, but we are always working on improving the strategy, stability, and results. For example, adding a number of additional instruments to the portfolio can reduce the peak value of drawdowns while maintaining the profitability norm. Trading some altcoins was already added to the strategy this year. We plan to continue research in this direction. Additionally, we actively tested the possibility of closing position when the portfolio reach a certain level of profits, which should improve our results. Also, we plan to implement this feature in the next few months, and yes, this is our plans with our strategy.
Thank you very much. And the last question from me for today. What advice would you give to investors who are considering incorporating Algo Trend strategies into their crypto portfolio?
Yeah, let me please ask the question. So, because I've got over 10 years of experience in finance, with last 7 of those working at the company who stocks trade on Nasdaq. So I know that market from the inside, and I've seen how most asset managers make decisions. And believe me, reality don't match expectations too often. So my advice to all of you watching, that you definitely should have strategies based on quantitative analysis in your portfolio. Just figure out how much you want to invest, trust the strategies, and watch your investments grow.
Okay, thank you very much. So that's a wrap on today's session with Quant Hill, and thank you to our experts for enlightening us on the Algo Trend strategies. And for our audience, considering these strategies, USDT strategy with 20% APY and Bitcoin strategy with 15% APY are available on earnpark.com. So if you're keen on staying ahead of this dynamic field, feel free to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. So thank you, everyone, and goodbye.
Thank you, Vera. Bye-bye.
Thank you for having us today. Bye.